punches in the ring, flying round for round, who's the undisputed king? Pound for pound, the fight is over. Let's get to talking. Sit back and listen to BeefysBoxing.
Welcome to Mr. Beefy's Boxing, or just Beefy's Boxing, where we cover all kinds of boxing news and boxing subjects, where we have the meats by the pounds and covers the fights by the rounds. Before we jump into the video, be sure to like and subscribe so we can get the channel out to as many as possible. Now, on to today's topic. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren might not be able to promote Fury versus Joshua. That is a fucking wild thought to have, but their contracts apparently says everything. It's said by Frank Warren that Eddie Hearn and him are locked into DAZN, and Fury vs. Joshua is going to Netflix, so there's going to be some issue there. Warren told TalkSport that Queensberry UK fights run under an exclusive deal with DAZN. Fury vs. Joshua is headed to Netflix. Global rights, a done deal since the spring. Those two factors cannot live in the same building. In Warren's own words, if the fight is on Netflix, he says if it heads to Netflix, we couldn't promote the fight anyway. And DAZN has done a job at gathering all the other promoters and has a strong stable. There's no denying that. But Netflix, if they're able to wiggle in there and nab, one or two fighters here and there, then hell, it's a move. It's definitely a move. And these two fighters are near the end of their careers, so to get one of them to flip-flop, definitely doable. Fury, he's the one, no doubt. I don't see AJ being the one that would do that and fuck over the fans and his people. I just don't see that from him. Who knows though? He might fucking do it. He could shock us all. So the article tries to sum up everything, and it says the Saudi backer sets the venue, the platform, and the purse. The old guard promoters hold a paper credit on a card they cannot broadcast. Dana White stands outside the ropes, trying to attach his name to it. And cease and desist letters from Golden Boy and DAZN are already in the air over Zuffa's other moves. This is not a sport its promoters control. This is a sport being moved over their heads. The lesson underneath the squabble is simple. Depp lost to distribution. Warren and Hearn have the fighters, the history, and the relationships. What they do not have is the freedom to put the fights where the audience is. They optimized for exclusivity and woke up trapped by it. I really don't know how I feel about that, because I do feel like the history, the relationship, and all that, it does still hold some meaning. If it didn't, then people would have just capitalized on this shit and done what they've been trying to do here recently a long time ago. I don't really see how the mindset of the game has changed to that point to where they wouldn't consider that. And I'm speaking of legacy and the history and all that, because fighters, whenever they do sign up, you've all heard this before, they want that green and gold belt. They want to be the world boxing champion and stuff like that. I also believe that if we build up certain characters, certain fighters, and we make them into proper stars, then people will follow to whatever platform that they're performing on. I also believe that DAZN is still doing really great. If we consider how DAZN started, and at first when it came out, I was like, DAZN, DAZN, like I thought it was stupid and I was trashing it. But it has completely established itself as the home of boxing. Netflix and Zuffa, they're divided already. I don't see them really being able to do much that's going to just change so much history that these places have already established and carry with them. Now DAZN has so many fighters under its umbrella that it's going to be hard just to outshine with, a fight between two people that are at the end of the ropes. They're only going to be able to put on mega fights every so often. At least DAZN, you have consistency with them, and I think it's going to just pay off. Loyalty and real love for the sport, I think, will carry it a long way. Well, that was the final bell. The video is coming to an end. Before we end the video, I gotta say one more time, thank you so much for watching. Remember everybody, it's all about attitude. There is no progress without struggle, so stay in there. I've been your host, Mr. Beefy, and you all have been fantastic.
Sit back and listen to the beat.